The thief lives inside ruins? Mondstadt people do have some strange quirks.
Please do not jump to such a preposterous conclusion about the living habits of Mondstadt's residents. This seems far more likely to be the work of some none-too-friendly troublemakers. It's like you can read my mind. This is more likely to be the Abyss Order's doing. They do seem to have a way of slipping in and out of places like ghosts, after all. Also, there's an elemental seal at the entrance. It looks like the result of an Abyss mage's magic.
A seal? How are we gonna break it? Is this gonna turn into another huge ordeal?
Not to worry. If you think a little magic can keep me out, think again.
Why is that?
Come on.
Whoa! So this is what Lisa's like when she's hard at work. It's so much bigger in here than Paimon thought. Do we really have to go all the way inside?
If you borrow a book, you have to return it. There will be no exceptions.
How did you find this place? It's so well hidden!
I have no interest in finding out where you little rascals hide yourselves away, but I do want my book back. Tell me, how is it that you have the time to conceal your stronghold and apply a magic seal, but not to sign out a library book in the proper manner? You have no respect whatsoever for other people's work.
You just want the book? I was unaware that anyone in Mondstadt was concerned with unearthing the secret hidden inside this book. Who are you?
The librarian, although I believe that should be quite clear already. Return the book. This is an ultimatum.
Since you insist on concealing your identity, I have all the less reason to give you that book. After all, it contains the secret. Huh? What are you doing? Such concentrated elemental power! Please don't!
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line. This is why I call it troublesome work. We'll just need to find the book ourselves. It should be around here somewhere.
It's the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. Paimon remembers that name. Is this the one you were looking for?
That's the one. It's a good thing it isn't damaged. Otherwise...
Otherwise what? Are you telling me you have even more crazy punishments up your sleeve?
I would have probably have needed to dish out a little taste of one of my potions in that case. Then again, as I said, it isn't from the restricted section, which is the only reason I would let the average citizen borrow it in the first place. And it doesn't appear to have any abnormal elemental properties, save for the markings I put on it.
Yeah, it seems like just an average storybook.
As far as my duties as a librarian go, my troublesome work is finished. Since this book has piqued your interest, why don't I let you borrow it? There's no time limit for you. I will register you as custodian rather than borrower. This is an exclusive privilege reserved for trusted citizens only.
Exclusive privilege? Why does Paimon feel this is just your sneaky way of offloading your troublesome work onto someone else?
Excuse me, Are you in some way dissatisfied with my work? Good. You're amenable to reason then. I do wish I could keep you by my side as my personal assistant. My work here is done. I'm going back. Don't forget to register at the library when you have a spare moment.
We're in Springvale now. Catherine said that this is the closest impact site to the city.
The situation looks even worse than we imagined.
Ring the bells! Sound the trumpets, for the day of judgment is upon us. Rejoice, all ye who cry out for salvation, for the Prinzessin de Verurteilung has come.
This princess lady seems really enthusiastic.
Dear mortals, in this dark hour, your Prinzessin permits you to forego the usual etiquette and simply relay your account of the matter at hand forthrightly.
Excuse me. Who are you?
We come in peace, good sir. We were just hoping that you could reveal whatever you know about this poor victim's situation.
Wait! Stop! Let Paimon explain. We're from the Adventurers Guild. They commissioned us to come here and investigate after the meteor shower.
Oh, I see. Well, last night this fellow touched the meteorite, and then he fainted just moments later. So, however you plan to conduct your investigation, I implore you, do not, under any circumstances, touch the meteorites with your bare hands.
What ridiculous remonstration is this? Is one not under the divine protection of one's Edelstein der Dunkelheit, and thus impervious to the trifling threat posed by this petty piece of black crystal?
On the contrary, mein Fräulein, wise is the princess who is receptive to the sound advice offered by her subjects.
Is that so? Very well then, one shall proceed as advised.
That goes for you too. Wise is the adventurer who is receptive to the sound advice offered by smart people. Paimon never gets to talk like that. Oh, Paimon could get used to it though.
You dare to parrot the parlance of the Prinzessin? What could one hope to comprehend of the lamenting of 1,000 dying worlds with the sagacity of a mere mortal? Perhaps it is better that you remain in blissful ignorance, for the burden of fate borne by the Prinzessin de Verurteilung would surely be too much for thy shoulders.
Look! Another victim!
Pray tell, O knight, what tragedy befell this unfortunate subject of mine?
He's been sleeping all day and shows no signs of waking up. Not that I've seen so far, although occasionally he talks in his sleep. Can't go on. Need to rest.
What's going on? Why is he saying that?
His dark dream harbors a forbidden fruit, poised between the jaws of a ferocious beast. Woe betide the weak should they peer into its eyes, as black as a moonless midnight, for they shall surely be lured into the abyss.
Do you mean there's something luring him in his dream?
Though we have no evidence to prove it, mein Fräulein's intuition has never failed her before.
Well, let's keep investigating anyway.
Greetings. I am Sister Edna. I am here to nurse the sick.
State your name at once, you heinous heathen of nefarious nightmares!
My apologies. Mein Fräulein was not addressing you. This man lying on the ground, has he spoken at all?
I believe he said something about having to get back to work.
The wine. The wine.
He seems to be sleeping deeply indeed.
This is no ordinary dream. The this man. He has been cursed.
Can't you just wake him up?
I've tried. He awoke once for a brief moment, but quickly lapsed back into sleep.
Did he tell you anything while he was awake?
He said he dreamed he was on top of a mountain, and it was very cold there.
Mountain... cold.
This has the trappings of a cruel, cold curse by a mountain-dwelling demon. Alas, one fears these demons have descended from their icy peaks and now covet the domain of the Spring Fairy. This is a most grave state of affairs. But fear not, for damnation is mine to dispense.
Sorry to interrupt you folks. Do you have a moment to spare?
Oh, hey, Drav. What's the matter?
I can hardly get the words out. One of the meteorites struck the hill behind our village. Alan told everyone he was going to go see it for himself. And then, sure enough, he just ran off. You've seen how dangerous these confounded meteorites are. I'm afraid something may have happened to him. Could you come with me to find him and bring him back?
Wait. So, big blazing rocks fall out of the sky, and all Alan's worried about is missing out on the action?
Exactly. Once we get that rascal back safely, he's due for the scolding of a lifetime, if you ask me.
Paimon could not agree more. Let's go find that rascal and drag him back by the ears. That's him!
Alan, what the devil are you doing?
These slimes are so vicious! Do you think it has to do with the meteorite?
The hour of judgment has come. Your fate lie in my hands.
I thought I was going to die here.
You fool! What were you thinking? Gallivanting off on your own at a time like this?
I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
I sincerely apologize for the trouble Alan has caused for you all. I will make absolutely sure that he learns his lesson.
Yeah, next time you think about doing something stupid, think again. Paimon's gonna go take a closer look. Huh? Princess, your vision is flashing.
Oh, could it be, perchance, that mine Edelstein der Dunkelheit portends the certain demise of this unholy hex of cold?
Maybe? What kind of things does your vision react to exactly?
The profoundest of enigmas, the whispered secrets of the stars, unholy hexes of demon bones, and...
What? Why do you have to talk so funny all the time? Paimon doesn't understand!
Our apologies. Mein Fräulein is not well versed in the parlance of the common folk.
Oh, so that's what you're for, to translate?
I fear you misunderstand. I am no translator, but a humble conveyor of Mein Fräulein's royal will. I would venture that what her vision is reacting to in this vicinity is, quite simply, elemental energy.
Thank you, Oz. Those whose minds are muddled by the mundane matters of this woeful world are unable to fathom my noble intent as swiftly as thou art.
So, there's elemental energy in the meteorite, and your vision flashes in response to it? Paimon thinks probably yes. Anyway, no harm in giving it a try. Let's look for shards of meteorite using Fischl's vision. Clearing... That seems to be the last of them. Do you think getting rid of them will help make things better for the Springvale villagers?
The question is, are these shards of meteorite, which are infused with elemental energy, the true source of the calamity, or not?
Verily, I say, these meteorites are surely the source of the nefarious nightmares that assail my subjects. This I swear on my very sovereignty.
Yeah, let's do that. Edna! We got rid of the meteorite up on the hill behind the village. How are the victims doing now? Any better?
Bless you. Thanks to your efforts, 2 of the victims have already awoken.
I'm so sleepy.
Great, so it did work!
I do hope you are able to dispose of the rest of the meteorites around the village.
This is wonderful news. It gladdens the heart.
It is most gladdening indeed. Yet the news that I would be attending to this matter in person was surely the only guarantee that my faithful subjects ever needed of a felicitous outcome.
Hey, you just woke up, right? And what were you dreaming about while you were asleep?
All I remember is that it was cold. I was walking along a mountain path. In the ice and snow, I think.
So, just hiking in the mountains? Or were you supposed to have a destination?
I really don't know. In my dream, it felt like I wasn't in full control of my actions.
Then thou wert surely cursed, I say. Oh, wretched scourge upon this land.
Well, whatever the case, what we do know is that getting rid of the meteorite shards is helping. So come on, guys. We need to redouble our efforts. Giraffe, how are things in the village now?
Ah, it's you again. A little better, thanks. Oh, and we owe it all to you.
That's great. Seems like getting rid of the meteorites is doing the trick.
Traveler! Your arrival is most fortuitous. Clearly, my noble ambition to protect the souls of this wretched world compelled you to seek me once more. Now, prepare to depart, for we are soon to meet with an envoy of mine further afield.
Envoy? You mean a diplomat or something?
Ah, yes, let me fill you in here. Someone brought a message from the Dawn Winery saying that a lady there by the name of Adeline invites you to meet with her as honored guests of the winery.
Oh, we know Adeline. She's the head housemaid there, right?
Ah, it seems that you and Adeline are already acquainted then.
Then it is my great honor to join you.
Hey, so can you really understand that princess when she's talking? Because Paimon can't seem to understand a single word. All right.
My dear friends, it is time to move out.
Paimon hopes Adeline has made some tasty snacks to welcome her honored guests with.
I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication. Me? Remember thou this, that I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, sovereign of the Immernachtreich, omniscient and imminent judge of all the world's iniquity.
She's an investigator for the Adventurers Guild.
That is but one of my many royal engagements.
Welcome to the Dawn Winery, dear adventurers. I'm Adeline, the head housemaid, and it is I who invited you all here.
Thanks for the invite.
You are Adeline? Splendid. I am delighted to grant you the honor of joining me for afternoon tea.
Dearest Adelind, on behalf of Her Majesty Miss Fischl, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, and I, mein Fräulein's humble servant, thank you for inviting us.
Would you cut to the chase already? Your titles are so wordy it takes way too long to introduce yourselves.
My goodness, an adventurer of such distinguished status.
My pale-faced proselyte! How dare you interrupt a diplomat of the royal court in the middle of his speech?
In fact, one of our employees here at the Dawn Winery, a Mr. Hartman, fell victim to the meteorite incident in Springvale. I hear that you were the ones who disposed of the meteorites. Thanks to you, Mr. Hartman is now awake. We are in your debt. It is merely common courtesy that I should invite you over for tea. This aside, there is a separate matter which I should like to enlist your help with.
Aw, you're too kind, Adelind. We're really just doing what any other adventurers would have done.
You may now kneel before your Prinzessin and make effusive display of your thanks for the favor that I have generously shown to thee and thy winery ken. Take heart, my dear servants, for the glory of my majesty will flash eternal in the vale of springdom.
Oz, hold off on the translation. Paimon wants to have a try this time. So what she's trying to say is, you're welcome?
I applaud your powers of comprehension, my dear Paimon. You decipher mein Fräulein's royal utterances with remarkable ease.
The business of the winery reaches not only to all of Mondstadt, but to all the corners of Lua, too. Some of our workers do regular deliveries back and forth between the two regions, a single round trip taking several days in total. 2 of our delivery staff were due back yesterday, but as of this moment, I still have no contact from them at all. I worry that they became trapped somewhere when the meteorite struck. The winery is short-staffed at present, and I cannot afford to look for them myself. As audacious as it may be, all I can do is ask you for assistance.
Okie dokie. Don't you worry, Adelind. We're expert people finders.
Wonderful. I suggest you begin by asking around at Stonegate. All delivery staff pass through there on their return from Lua. There were 2 carts in total, and the workers' names are Fritz and Ben.
If one must reckon time as this world does, I, Fischl, have already seen 3,000 winters. Not that the illusory passage of time has any bearing on one such as I, to whom the causality of 3,000 universes has been unveiled.
Be that as it may, mein Fräulein, you are not yet considered to be of drinking age in this world, and no bartender can ever be convinced otherwise.
I, Fischl, Prinzessin der Verurteilung, descend upon this land by the call of fate and... Oh, you are also a traveler from another world? Very well. I grant you permission to travel with me.
She means nice to meet you.
You and I are both travelers from another world. That our paths have crossed here is no accident, but the will of fate. To condemn the guilty, to sanctify the just, and to draw all castaway dreams into the embrace of the infinite Immernachreich. This is the birthright of the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, and her burden. None may gainsay it. Me? Remember thou this, that I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, sovereign of the Immernachreich, omniscient and imminent judge of all the world's iniquity.
She's an investigator for the Adventurers Guild.
That is but one of my many royal engagements.
Hello, we're looking for 2 Mondstadt carts, both loaded up with wine. Have you seen them?
Sorry, I don't think so.
Okay then, we'll keep asking around.
Do you think that we're too harsh on the hilly churls?
Well, sometimes we really do seem like children who just can't resist kicking the hornet's nest.
I think we're doing more than just kicking it.
Hello? Have you seen any Mondstadt merchants traveling through here? You know, the ones with all the wine?
I am afraid I have very poor eyesight. I'm not the right person to ask.
Oh, okay then.
Youth is ephemeral.
Hello. We're looking for a couple of carts, originally from Mondstadt. Have you seen them?
From Mondstadt, you say? You know, I think I did see one pass through here.
Really? Which way did it go?
Let me think. If I'm not mistaken, it was going towards Mondstadt.
Thanks, mister! Now to chase down that cart.
Ozzy, my dear familiar.
Ozzy? What's gotten into you?
Her Majesty beseeches you to unfurl your blessed wings, and with them blot out the heavens, plunging the world into eternal night.
If you didn't bring your parasol with you, that's your own fault, mein Fräulein.
Yikes! There are so many of them!
Phew. Scared me half to death. Thanks so much. If you hadn't happened to be passing through this way, I would have been a goner for sure.
So, which one are you, Ben or Fritz?
I'm Ben. How did you know my name?
Per Adeline's wishes, we came here specifically to find you and ensure your well-being.
I suppose she must have started worrying because of the long delay. I'm afraid that Fritz's cart is stranded out on the main road between Dihua Marsh and Stone Gate. It got hit by a meteorite, so... Anyway, we agreed that I'd finish the delivery and then bring someone back to fetch him. I just hadn't factored in the part about getting ambushed by monsters along the way. I really hope Fritz is okay. With me getting delayed here, the poor guy's been out there a long time. Now, I keep worrying that the same thing will have happened to him. Can you guys go bring him to safety?
Between Stonegate and Dihua Marsh, right? Leave it to us.
Lisa and Amber feel a bit like sisters.
Huh? Why's that?
Amber often runs errands for Lisa. Older siblings asking their younger siblings to do things for them so that they can slack off is a rather common practice. But my sister and I are the same age, so we had to decide these things via rock, paper, scissors.
Whoa! So doesn't that make you my younger brother?
What do you mean?
Well, since Paimon floats, you're the only one who can run any errands.
Seriously?
Did you just feel the power of Geo? Your connection to the elements is so different from the vision bearers. Seems like you can physically switch between elements. If so, then you just need to make an offering to a statue of the Seven, and the elements will respond, just like they did in Mondstadt. We're now in Liyue, which is ruled over by the Geo-Archon. That's why the statues here look a bit different. If you ever miss using your animal powers, you can just get them back from a statue of the Seven in Mondstadt.
Lead the way, my pale-faced proselyte, for a sharp pain now afflicts mine Ogde Verurteilung.
Is the guy on the floor sleeping?
I believe so. I've tried everything, but he won't wake up.
Looks like he touched the meteorite, just like the others.
If by meteorite you mean the rock that struck the cart, worry not. I have dealt with that already using my magic. But by others, do you mean to say there are others who have fallen into a similar slumber?
One has witnessed with one's own Ogde Verurteilung the nightmarish slumber that proceeds forth from the Valley of Demonbone. It has caused great suffering for the humble peasants in the Vale of Springdom, many of whom still battle this wretched affliction even as we speak.
As Main Fräulein most eloquently describes, we have just come from Mondstadt, where many people have also fallen into an unwaking sleep. Their symptoms are identical to those of this poor gentleman here.
Is that so? It appears these meteorites really made quite an impact.
Seems this guy is dressed like a winery worker. And we've already met Ben, so this one must be Fritz.
Given that worker's attire has precious few distinguishing features, I must conclude that Paimon is blessed with exceptionally acute eyesight.
Actually, Paimon's eyesight is normal. Paimon just has a really great memory. You're right, though. His clothes don't really stand out that much. Especially not compared to this guy over here.
And by this guy over here, you mean me.
Yep. Paimon's never seen anyone dressed quite like you before.
I am a vagrant from Inazuma. I had just stopped to assist this poor gentleman when you turned up. Are you investigating the aftermath of the meteorite strike?
Yeah, we were sent to help out.
I am Fischl, Prinzessin de Verurteilung, responding to the cry of my people in their hour of need.
I am Main Fräulein's humble familiar, Oz the Raven.
And Paimon is an honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius' best friend.
Oh? Then you must be said honorary knight of said Knights of Favonius.
Behold, my people, your beloved sovereign in the flesh. Do not despair, for judgment by thundering retribution is nigh, and it shall surely purge the seeds of nefarious nightmares that now sow chaos across the land.
Excuse me?
Don't mind her, just, let her do her thing.
Excuse me, what's going on here?
Oh, great! Good thing you're here, Mr. Millilith. This guy's fast asleep, and he won't wake up.
Ah, it appears this is now in the hands of the Millilith. In which case, I am no longer needed. It was truly a pleasure to meet you all. I have other matters to attend to now, so I shall take my leave. Adventurers, I wish you every success in your endeavors.
Bye-bye. So, what happened was, we came here looking for someone and found them.
Thank you all for your cooperation. This victim is now in the care of the Millilith, and we will escort him safely to the disaster relief station.
Disaster station? You mean like a big tent with guards outside?
Correct. We have established a disaster relief station at Wangshu Inn, where the unconscious victims of the meteorite strike can receive due medical attention.
A wise decision by the Millelith.
Paimon can't stop worrying about poor Fritz. We should really go check up on him.
I suppose I shall deign to join you for one further excursion.
Paimon's heard that couplets are a traditional art form in Liyue. If you can write a line that works as a second half to one that someone else has written, you'll be well paid. But linking the couplet is hard, so it's not easy money. Not only does the rhythm need to match, but the meaning has to as well.
Care to give an example?
Wind rises, winds never churn.
But the sea of clouds always return.
Huh, not bad. Let's not waste time here. We've got some money to make. Yep, same situation as in Springvale.
This cruel curse of cold spreads without mercy. Oh, heaven on high, tell us how we have angered you so.
Hey, keep your voice down. There are a lot of people here.
Might I suggest we make some inquiries and see where it takes us?
Halt! Who are you?
We've been commissioned by the Adventurers Guild to investigate the meteorite strike. Do you mind if we take a quick look at this victim?
I see. Very well, adventurers. You may take a look.
Paimon wonders what he's dreaming about. Probably that one about the mountain and the ice and snow.
Fritz does not appear to be here. Let us keep looking.
It's another sleeping victim.
His soul is in anguish, ensnared by 1,000 thorns. His suffering is pitiable. May he soon know peace at last.
Peace at last? Surely you don't mean...
Mein Fräulein simply wishes him a speedy recovery. Beyond this, there is no hidden meaning to her words.
Come on, Fritz. Where are you?
Another sleeper.
Most unfortunate. Crucified to a cruel cross of calamity by barbaric blades born of some baleful blasphemy. There is but one means of awakening those who slumber, and that is to rain down thundering retribution.
Precisely, Mein Fräulein. If we dispose of the meteorites, the sleepers will be sure to wake.
This is so weird. That Millelith guy promised he was gonna bring Fritz here, didn't he? So why can't we find him anywhere? Let's go see what the innkeeper has to say.
Hark! 'Tis thundering retribution, an omen of dark times ahead.
That, and Mein Fräulein's laundry is still on the line.
What? Seriously?
Excuse us, have you seen anyone come in that looks like an ordinary worker from Mondstadt?
Yeah, the Millelith arrived with several new victims not long ago. Due to the limited capacity in the tent, I had to place the new arrivals in the upstairs guest rooms.
Okay, well, could you give him a message when he wakes up? Tell him he needs to get back to the Dawn Winery as soon as possible, and let Adeline know that he's safe and sound.
I will be more than happy to. And if I may be so bold, adventurers, I too have a request for you.
Please tell us, what is troubling you?
Pray tell of thy troubles, that one might better understand them.
I understand from the Millilith soldiers that you are investigating the meteorite strike. This made me wonder, perhaps my friends from Mondstadt have already found a means of curing the victims.
From what we've seen so far, all you need to do is get rid of the meteorites and the sleepers wake back up again.
Is that so? Then, if I understand you correctly, the meteorites are the cause of the victim's unconsciousness?
Yep.
In that case, I would like to enlist your services in that regard. Do you think you can dispose of the meteorites in the vicinity of the inn? Oh, wonderful. You have my gratitude.
What is that?
This meteorite is way bigger than the others. The worry is that the bigger the meteorite, the more powerful it is. Let's see if there's any more bits left. The Fatui? What are they doing here?
This doesn't end here. Harbinger's nearby. You'll get what's coming to you soon enough!
So the Fatui are investigating the meteorites as well? Even the Harbingers? This is too strange. We need to be extra cautious.
The seeds of nefarious nightmares appear to have taken firm root. Though my magic arrow of midnight purges them in an instant, they return with a vengeance. It would make a mockery of the majesty of the Prinzessin de Verurteilung.
Indeed, mein Fräulein. Despite our best efforts to dispose of the meteorites, they continue to fall relentlessly in each corner of your vast domain. In which case, I fear...
The strikes are happening faster than we can get rid of them.
I, Fischl von Luftschloss Nofedort, have traversed 1,000 worlds, and yet never before have I faced such a formidable foe. This menace is neither monster nor magic. It is a curse, I say. A curse has been placed upon the mortal realm.
A curse?
Such a foul curse could only arise as a consequence of the continuous cries of unanswered longing, lost amidst the unpredictability and impermanence of fate.
How very tragic. Is this the inevitable fate of mankind? It grieves me greatly, no matter how many times I hear of it.
Paimon didn't quite get the part about the thing being lost inside the other thing, but basically, these meteorites are a curse?
Were they not a curse upon humanity, why then should they send humans into slumber? To be lost twixt life and death in an unending dream, 'tis the most dreadful fate imaginable for any living being. We must underestimate the magnitude of this matter no more. I fear this sinister force can withstand even the sum of all of our powers combined. Traveler, fetch me the one fated to face this fearsome foe.
And who might that be?
Mein Fräulein is of the opinion that one with the requisite expertise should be summoned to deal with this matter. She wonders if you know of any person skilled in the undoing of curses?
Paimon can't think of anybody either. Maybe we should just go ask Catherine. of Rex Lapis that's commonly used here in Liyue. Paimon thinks its rough meaning is don't play with your money. It's because the first Mora were minted from his golden form and given to humans in trust.
Kaya sure seems to enjoy playing with his money.
And that's why you shouldn't learn from him.
Well, as a child, I was taught not to play with my food.
Yup. You've got to respect your food. What are you looking at Paimon for?
Catherine, the hour of destiny is upon you. I have invoked the sacred covenant between us, and now you must respond to the call.
Let me see. Are you saying you require an assistant?
Whoa! She got it in one! Catherine must be super smart!
Unfortunately not. Though I do know of an astrologist. As it happens, the traveling astrologist Mona is currently in Mondstadt. Do you know her? Never mind. Please wait here a moment. I will see if she is available.
We get to meet a real-life astrologist? Paimon's so excited!
Catherine, you seem frantic. What's the matter?
Mona, I'd like to introduce you to some adventurers from the guild. They've run into some problems and we're hoping that you, with your astrological abilities, may be able to resolve them.
Were they now? Good call. I'm pleasantly surprised that they've heard of the astrologist of the century. So, you must be the one who needed my help. Come on then, give me the lowdown. I may be willing to offer my skills. It all depends on the situation. Astrology is an ancient and mysterious art. If your problem is a banal one, you can count me out, as I have better things to do.
So, here's what's happened.
And all of this was caused by the meteor shower. This I was not expecting. The darkness consumes every corner of the land, and in the fading twilight, only the Prinzessin and her retinue still stand.
Ms. Mona, your means are most crucial to our ends.
Huh? Are you all together, then? I am Fischl von Luftschloss Nofedot, Prinzessin der Verurteilung, and I hereby extend to you the great honor of joining my retinue. Prinzessin der Verurteilung? I'm sorry, which nation are you a princess of? I hail from a distant and long-lost land known as the Immernachtreich. The in my what, Reich? Alas, precious few mere mortals know of the Immernachtreich. Mere mortal? Do you have any idea who you're talking to? I am a highly accomplished astrologist, thank you very much. Just give me 1 second with my scryglass. Then we'll see where exactly this homeland of yours features in your personal history.
Ms. Mona, I humbly beseech you to refrain from probing the question of Main Fräulein's homeland. Revisiting the tragic tale of that world's demise always causes her much anguish. Surely a wise mage such as yourself can sympathize with a princess's grief for her lost kingdom.
No, but... Yes, you're quite right. So, the goal here is to get all the sleepers to wake up. Am I right? Understood. All right then, don't you worry. I will lend you a hand. First things first, though, we need to get out of the city. There's too much magical disturbance here. Let's head somewhere where the ley line flow is a little smoother. Wide open space, clear sky. This will do nicely. I will now begin the process of hydromancy. Stay back and do not impede my vision.
Whatever it was you just did, it looked awesome!
Oh, astral emissary, have thine eyes now discerned the secrets of the stars?
Yeah, what did you find out?
How strange. I've never seen this before. The divination shows that these meteorites came from someone's constellation.
Constellation? But they don't have anything to do with real astrology, do they?
That's what most people tend to think, but I've studied astrology for a very long time, and I know a few things about them that you might not. The stars that make up a constellation, the Stella Fortuna, are genuine celestial bodies in the depths of space. They are not simply notional. The strange thing is that they turned to meteors all of a sudden and fell from the sky. Why this happened, I am not yet sure. I need some time. A curse! A wretched curse, I say. A curse? I, too, have journeyed to the stars, gazed beyond the veil of darkness, and glimpsed a shred of the truth. There, I saw a world cursed by human malice. Only one who died the most agonizing of deaths could leave behind such a vengeful spirit. We must interrogate the population, find the doer of this diabolical deed. The one who created this sinister specter is the true killer. Sorry, I'm not quite following you. What curse and what killer?
Don't take every word she says too literally.
What's going on here? Why are the Traveler and Paimon frantically winking at me? Oh, I understand. Thou dost? Marvelous! The astral emissary understands at last.
Mutual understanding is the crucial first step towards effective teamwork. Welcome to the team, Mona.
You are hereby appointed as an honored servant of the Prinzessin. Unleash thy power in service of our solemn duty to dispel this darkness once and for all. Honored? You should feel honored to have found me. Without me, you'd be doing 10 times the work for half the results.
Paimon likes you, Mona. You seem like the real deal.
Well, I'm glad you agree. Feel free to keep the compliments coming. With my astrolabe, I have ascertained the trajectory of fate. Next, I'll calculate the locations of the fallen meteorites for you. I need to look into the constellation issue in more detail. In the meantime, let me know ASAP if you find anything else out. Don't worry about it. As far as the astrological aspect goes, this will be a piece of cake.
Hi, Mona! Thanks to you, we've managed to get rid of loads and loads of meteorites!
Ah, good timing! There's something I need you to do. Remember how I was saying that the meteorites belong to someone's constellation? Theoretically, it's not possible for stars that are goodness knows how many light years away to suddenly turn into meteors and fall out of the sky.
But, however paradoxical it may be, this is the reality. If we want to get to the bottom of this, the best way is to find out whose constellation it was. Based on what you've told me, it seems that all victims of the meteorites fell into a deep sleep, and all of them dreamed of a snowy mountain. Now, we may not know which mountain this was, but we can safely assume that it's not Dragonspine. Otherwise, someone would have recognized it, right? Did everyone definitely have the same dream? And where exactly were they in the dream? These are the questions that we need answers to. I need you to find out more details about the sleepers' dreams. The more information we have, the closer we can get to the truth.
Seems we should head somewhere with lots of people around. That way, we should be able to find more victims to question.
I need to stay in an undisturbed environment, so I will leave the investigating to you.
Is there anywhere that we haven't been to yet?
There is Chinksa village in Liyue, although it does not usually match your suggestion of somewhere with lots of people around. That said, I suspect that the Millelith will have turned that area into a site where victims can receive medical attention, much as they did at Wangshu Inn.